Say, alright, so first and foremost, I'm gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba Shemi Oshai, Ba Shemi Kakadash. We said that once a person, a lot of great most and ruler teaches our person the truth. And we see salutations for the Akim, we say the push you with no truth and sincerity, day in and day out, and constantly in season or season with the shadow one. Once again, going into a video here, and this basically doing a follow-up video on a video that I did yesterday. Touching upon the earthquake, the earthquakes all around the world, particularly this mega quake that they're seeing in Japan. Now, again, if you've been keeping up, as I said, with the news, you will understand that this mega quake was mentioned a couple of months ago, right? Now, hey, doing the video yesterday, and that's why the scriptures talk about us being watchmen and they give the people warning. Because just yesterday, I did a video in the morning, right? And later on in the evening, so they see more things come out. I was just mentioning certain things, right? And it said just in, right? This was like 4 hours ago. It said just in Japanese islanders left sleepless after 900 earthquakes hit, right? Over 900 earthquakes. This is another news update. It said Japan updates mega quake preparedness plan. Some tourists are avoiding Japan this summer due to social media fuel fears, sparked in part by a manga predicting a July 5th, 2025 disaster. Now, if it happened, if it had happened, it goes to show that hey, the time that we are living in. But Japan also, you see what they prepare. Japan updates mega quick preparedness plan, right? So the some of that are updated. Now, 4 hours ago, we also get, as I said, we now get this. This is Japanese islanders left sleepless after 900 earthquakes. Said 900 earthquakes, right? Now, I'm going to just bring the scripture here. This is the book of 2 Ezra chapter 8, verse 50. It says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. Yes, so it's as the scripture says, for many great miseries, right? Now when you look at the word miseries, right? Right, miseries meaning it's a state or feeling of great physical or mental stress or discomfort, right? It also says it's a wretched, right? Wretched. It's a circumstance, thing, or place that causes suffering or discomfort, right? So yeah, so the miseries is going to come upon them that dwell upon the world, right? And we've seen all these things. It is actually 900 earthquakes. You're sleeping on 900 earthquakes taking place. So at any moment, something big could happen. And it goes to show that the time that we are in, right? Where have you heard like 900 earthquakes before? Shaking one particular place. And it's not just one particular place, because if you actually look up, you would see a whole bunch of other news coming out about a bunch of earthquakes happening, right? Different parts of the world. So that which scripture say, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. And we don't understand that it would have just like this person here. This is a perfect example. I was going into the conspiracy theories on this are going to be wild. They will call the things that we are talking about. The wars, the rumors of wars, the pestilence, the earthquakes and these things. The things that we giving them warning about to be what considered conspiracy. Going into the chip, going into all of this, they'll call it a conspiracy theory until eventually it's going to happen. Right? Eventually it's going to happen. So all these things that are happening is going to come upon them that dwell upon the earth. You're not going to be exempted from what it is going to take place. And day by day, things are only going to get worse. Right? Day by day, things are only going to get worse. Right? It's not going to get better at all. Right? It's not going to get better at all. Right? Because we already hearing other stuff like the shelves. The shelves being empty. And in a time like this, right? In a time like this, you would see people panic, people rush. There are also people that will be waiting for some catastrophic event to happen so they could plague other men, other men and women, right? Some evil times we're living in, right? Let me get another scripture here, right? All right, let me go to the Matthew chapter 24, and I'm gonna read from verse 6. You say, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. It says, see that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. Yes, so all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Right? So all these things must happen. Right? We've seen all these signs. The signs are the end. The end is being made manifest. Right? You know? So let me continue here. It say, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Yeah, and I'm telling you, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, right? And pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. Right? And we seen what the famines, we've seen the pestilences, and no, we've seen the earthquakes. We've seen all these things happening in the midst of us. Right? Right? It maybe have no other time in history where so much of these things are happening at the same time. Right? As I say, every single day that you come, you read the news every morning, you wake up with something new. You know, and something not just new, but something like it beyond the level it was ever before. Right? You're talking about a mega quake. You know? A mega quake. Right? Let's imagine that. A mega quake. You know, we know the July the 5th stuff and so forth and all these things. You know? Right? But you know, the news that 900 earthquakes hit. The islanders was left sleepless, and goes to show that, hey, how unprepared people are for any catastrophic event to happen. Right? Especially Jake. You know, Jake ain't even paying attention to what is going on around the world. So imagine if they get caught up in something major like this. Right? They're not prepared at all. So it's a and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. It say all these are the beginning of sorrows. Here, so all these is just the beginning of sorrows. And again, it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. You know, one day you might just wake up and you see when you do look on the news, you see a place split in half. You might see tsunamis. You know, war break out on this side here. So, right. It goes to show that the time that we are in, scriptures talk about the perilous times. Right? You know, all the unbelievers, they once used to scoff, mock. You know, nah, these things not going to happen. These things are going to take place. Or, you know, I hear that since my grandmother days. And now these stuff happen in the quiet. Now they start to scoff about something else. Right? So they scoff about something else. But these things, these signs that was given unto us to show us that we are in, it's happening. Right? It's happening. Right? You see, for all these are the beginning of sorrows. There's sorrows. And that is what going to come upon you all. Sorrows, death, destruction. Right? That is what going to come upon you all. It's nothing good to come. It have no, that mood going and go. Right? Let me just read. It said Japanese islanders left sleepless after 900 earthquakes hit. A remote island chain in the southern Japan has been shaken by more than 900 quakes in the last 2 weeks, the weather agency said Wednesday, with residents saying they were unable to sleep here because anything can happen at any time. Right? It's a no major damage has been reported from the series of tremors, but the Japan meteorological agency held an emergency news conference after a magnitude 5.5 quake was registered around 3:30 p.m. in the Tokara Island chain south of Kyushu region. Seismic activity has been very active in the seas around the Tokara Island chain since June 21st. Right? Aya Taka Abita, director of the Earthquake and Tsunami Observation Division, told reporters, right? And again, if you could go and look up, there's a page that or site that shows you the earthquakes around the world, right? And you would see there are other countries around the world that's basically going through the same thing, right? Basically, a bunch of earthquakes happen, and eventually some major one will take place. Because this, again, as I said before, they put out this report months ago about the mega quake, right? Because they were getting signs that the earth underneath them is rumbling, right? And there are other places the same way. So it goes to show that, hey, you might be sleeping at night and something big happen. What is he going to do? And in that time, that is when people just want to seek the Lord, right? That is when they want to turn to the Lord, when shit pop off, right? So, hey, once again, I give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yonshai, Ba'ashem Kakodash. We said that on Sapasan, Elders, Agreements, and Ruah, teachers of person should, and we see salutations so they are coming to the push with truth and sincerity, day in and day out in the concert, day in season and season, say, Shalom.